I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum. Oh.
You deleted the driver for your camera?
Yeah.
Oh, why?
I don't remember why. This is like years ago.
How old is your laptop?
My uncle gave it to me when I moved up here in like 2016.
Oh, okay, gotcha. What is it, like a Dell?
It's a HP, I think.
Dude, you're getting a Dell.
I don't know why, because
HP.
like I don't remember what it is because I have so many stickers all over it.
Okay. It's one of those time frames in life. Gotcha. Okay.
You
Love
mean
it.
recently, so thanks.
Yeah. Well, okay. I mean, like yesterday. I put stickers.
Oh, I have a couple of my favorite YouTube channel, Severn Films, a couple of death metal things.
Oh, okay. Do they send you a lot of stickers when you're ordering your movies?
Yeah. Well, it depends on companies. Vinegar Syndrome does it. When I order stuff from the YouTuber Cinema's Underbelly, because he makes movies,
Yeah.
he'll send stickers too. And Diabolic, I think, used to. I'm not too sure.
Oh, okay.
Other
Gotcha.
shirt companies too.
Yeah, for sure. That makes sense. Okay, well, man. Oh, we got some customers. Hey guys, welcome in. Welcome back to the VHS Doom podcast and rental store. Mikey.
It's just a monster.
It's just a monster. Yeah, anyway, welcome back, guys. We're glad you're here. Thanks for joining us again and for returning your movies there. Mikey, does everything look in order this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, they rewound it all?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Okay, no slobber, no teeth marks, nothing?
Didn't say that.
Oh.
There was slobber inside the case.
Oh, were you guys licking the VHSs themselves?
No, I think it was like the closable part of it.
Like they were spitting in it?
Yeah, there was kind of like they were putting the VHS back in there and they were spitting into it.
Oh, they were returning it with spit in the case. Why would you do that?
I think it's because I said the Grateful Dead sucked last episode.
Was that last episode or I think that was a couple episode ago.
I don't know.
I haven't gotten any hate mail, so I mean, I guess we don't have enough customers for them to carry it. So, okay, gotcha. Yeah, well, that's disgusting. Please don't return your VHSs in pools of spit. I don't know.
Human fluid, please no.
I feel like we shouldn't have to write these rules down, but I'm going to write it down. I'm going to put
Art destroyed the bathroom last week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys can't. You're not going to be able to use the bathroom while you. I mean, you can, if you want to deal with like pools of blood and
being eviscerated
shit.
or murdered or.
Yeah, I don't know if he's still in there. I think he might have taken off. I don't know.
I don't know. It might just be scabby right now.
Oh God, is he back?
Sorta.
Oh, okay. What's going on? What's new with him?
He's just like looking for more blood on the floor.
Oh, gotcha.
He likes to drink it. He said floor blood's the most delicious.
Floor blood. It's like the new flavor of Red Bull. Floor blood.
Red Bull is disgusting. Honestly.
Red Bull, floor blood. Yes, Red Bull is disgusting, and we've said this numerous times on this store, in this show, and in this store. Do not drink Red Bull. It's made of bull semen.
But I also heard
and
that
heart attacks.
That part thingy, that the ingredient, apparently makes you live longer.
I mean, yeah, because your heart essentially turns into like the heart of a cow.
Or semen of a cow.
Semen of a cow in your mouth makes you live longer. I don't know.
I read an article and I don't understand.
I don't make the rules. I just live by them. But I don't want to live longer.
Yeah, he just has like gallons of horse cum in his house.
Yes, gallons. Actually, those 50-gallon barrels. I just keep them in my garage, and I go out and I keep a pump installed, and I pump out, just maybe like 8 to 32 ounces at a time, and I mix it with iced tea. Fucking shit, bro. You say some things and I just run with them and I make them way worse. That's how I live.
That's our friendship.
Exactly. That's the best. Anyway, okay. Well, hey, yeah, good to see you, customers. Glad you're here, but I'm busy with the conversation, so go look for movies for a bit. So, Mikey, how's your week been, bud?
It's been good. Pretty chill. We pretty much just we went to the park. We got takeout, brought in food for Father's Day.
Oh, happy
it was
Father's
nice.
Day.
Thank you. Same to you. What did you guys do?
Kind of the same. We chilled. Carla, let me sleep in a little bit, which was
same
nice.
here. It's very
Yeah.
nice.
So, we hung out. I hung out with my kid all day long. We played outside. We just had a lot of fun. Our yard, we live in Virginia, so we get a lot more space. So our backyard's kind of like a big park anyway. So we just kind of mosey around through the yard and play outside. And it was a good time. And then actually, when Ari went down for her nap, Carla and her mom and her brother John was visiting again. They took off to the grocery store, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to take some time for myself, and I'm going to watch this movie, Deep Red, that we're going to be talking about this week. So that's what I did. I chilled out on Sunday and watched Deep Red. You can't ask for much better of a Father's Day.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
My wife's gonna be taking me on Saturday to the archive. Saturday or Sunday to the archive.
Nice. Yep. Once again, shouting out the archive. Where is that?
It's in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Bridgeport, Connecticut, the archive. I have not had the chance to go with Mikey, but he says nothing but good things. Tell us about the archive a little bit.
So I can just bring up the thing for it too.
Yeah, sure.
It's in my searches. That's hilarious.
Oh, good. Yeah.
All right. It's owned by the people who own Vinegar Syndrome,
Okay.
the film restoration and boutique movie label. They're open most days, I think. It's really cool. They have they have 3 floors. They might have another one I don't know about because they did some renovations last year, I think.
Secret floors.
Well, not secret floors. I usually just go to the used section
The
and the import
killing
section.
floors. Oh, I see. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, so they have a record area, VHS tapes. I saw they had merch stuff now too, from different artists in the area or something, doing horror movie shirts and stuff.
That's cool. I like that. Nice.
Yeah, it's just really cool. I always wind up buying multiple things when I go there.
Yeah.
Last time I raided their import section since I have a region-free Blu-ray player.
Nice. Very cool.
There's a lot of stuff that come out. It never comes out here, or if it's out here now, it's out of print.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I need to get myself a region free, for sure.
You can find it on Amazon. That's where I found it in the beginning of the pandemic.
How much on average do you think they cost?
I think the one I paid for was $170.
Okay, that's not bad.
Because you're buying it from somebody who's modifying it to do that.
Gotcha. Okay. So they have to make a modification to allow you to play those films.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because most of the regular Blu-ray players are locked to region A.
Interesting. How about that?
Here in the States? Other ones, I think England is B.
It's locked to B for them. They can't see A and B, or they can see both.
Well, it depends on the release. If it's a DVD, I think we can see there. We can, you know what I mean?
Right.
We can see a region 2 kind of thing.
Interesting. See, I don't know enough about that, but I feel like that's pretty interesting.
It opens up your collection. That's what happened to me.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you don't have to worry about where you buy things from. That's great.
And I can watch movies I've been searching for years now.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
So I did watch. You were talking about what you watched this week. I watched.
No, I didn't talk about what I watched yet. Before you do that, let's give one final shout out. I just want to say, we're not getting sponsored by the archive, but we love the archive. So check them out you said Bridgeport?
Yes.
Check them out in Bridgeport. Or do they have a website? Is it thearchive.com or something like that?
Let me see. Wait. No, I think it's just their Facebook and their Instagram.
Okay, well, check them out on Facebook and Instagram, the archive. So, Anyway, cool. Yeah. So what did you watch this week, Mikey?
Since we were talking about Giallo on this episode, I figured I'd watch some other ones I love.
Okay.
So I watched last night. I watched Seven Deaths in a Cat's Eye.
Mm.
It's a gothic giallo. It takes place in a castle in Scotland
Okay.
that like this family has, and like one by one the family members are being killed, and like the cat's always there. It's crazy. It's a good one, I think. It's from the director Antonio Margheriti.
You said it took place in a mansion?
Like a castle.
A castle. There's something, yeah. So like when we get into Deep Red, I'm going to talk a little bit about the mansion, which was called Villa Scott. But some of the architecture in these like Italian movies, it's just amazing, man.
Yeah, I want to go to Italy and like see the place, like not see the places like where it's shot, but like just like walk around there. I don't know. It seems amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
Next one I watched was Tropic of Cancer.
Okay.
I got this one through the Forgotten Gialli box set, that one of the ones that they Vinegar Syndrome put out. Shit. Sorry, I started stuttering.
Oh, you're fine.
Okay. So this one is directed by Guillermo Apollo Lumi and Eduardo Mulargia.
Okay.
Mulargia.
Sounds right.
And it stars Anthony Stephan, Anita Stringberg, and Gabriella Tinti. So pretty much, while vacationing in Haiti, a married couple meets an old doctor friend who lives there, and he invented a new drug formula, and something goes wrong there, and some people keep dying.
Okay, gotcha.
That's and then last one I watched the other night was Lucio Fulci's Perversion Story, but it's also known as One on Top of the Other. It's pretty much his homage to Vertigo.
Okay, cool.
It's about a doctor who his wife dies, and he's engaged in an affair, and then something happens, and then it's like mistaken identity kind of thing.
Okay, cool. Very nice, man.
And it also has a scene of an actor in a gas chamber in San Quentin prison.
Oof. Okay.
Because he's framed for it.
Gotcha. You know, one answer I never got that I never looked deeper into was way back in our Cannibal Holocaust Faces of Death episode. I asked if the gas chamber scene was real, and I never found out. So if anybody's listening to this and you know, let me know.
Oh, no, this wasn't real. This is just part of the movie.
Yeah. No, it just reminded me of that. So.
Here, I'll read the bio for it better
Sure.
than how I just explained it. Okay, the plot concerns George Drummer, an unscrupulous San Francisco doctor who's suspected of orchestrating deaths of his wife, part of an insurance scam. Despite her seeming reemergence as Monica Weston, a high-class stripper.
High-class stripper. All right.
It's a good thriller, or like if we would say like if it came out here, but it's a giallo.
Yeah, for sure.
It's done by it's composed by the composer who did the theme of Cannibal Holocaust, Ritz Orlani.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Cool. Well, did you have any other notes on movies that you watched?
That's it. I just watched those 3 movies.
Okay. Gotcha.
And Deep Red, obviously.
Oh, sure. Yeah. So I was only able to watch one additional movie this week. We've had a pretty busy week, especially with Father's Day and my brother-in-law coming into town. But I did carve out time to watch one extra movie because I've made myself a promise that I won't come into an episode only having watched the movies that we're talking about. And I got lucky last week that we had to do a re-record because last week we covered 3 movies and there was no way I could watch 4 movies in a week.
Yeah.
But with that extra day in between, I was able to watch an extra one. But this week I did have plenty of time. So this week, besides Deep Red, I watched Return of the Living Dead from
such a fun
1985.
movie.
Yeah, directed by Dan O'Bannon.
And he's one of the movies I talked about last week, The Resurrected. He directed that.
Yeah, so just such a solid movie.
It is.
So much fun. It was starring, is it Tom or Thom? I think it's Tom Matthews.
I think that's how you pronounce it.
It's spelled Thom, but Tom
I think
Matthews.
that's how you pronounce it, yeah.
Yeah. He played Freddy. James Karen played Frank. So those were the two goofy employees that, destroyed the world. And then Clue.
They return in 2, but 2 is sort of like a remake.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. I haven't. It's the first time watching this for me. So, and then it starred Gluiger.
Gulager. He's
Gulager.
Yeah, his son directed the Feast movies.
Yeah, Gulager. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I must have misspelled that in my notebook because I wrote Glul, but Gulager. Okay, whatever. He played Bert, and then Don Calfa played Ernie. So Bert and Ernie. Thought that was a little funny. Definitely felt some, sexual tension between the two of those guys a little bit.
As I said, they come back for the second one, but it's like as different people.
Gotcha. Okay. And then also definitely have to call out Linnea Quigley, who played Trash. That was her credited name, who literally was just naked, full frontal the entire movie. That caught me off guard a bit.
Have you ever seen Night of the Demons?
I have not.
There's a scene where, like, when she's possessed, she puts a whole lipstick in her nipple.
Oh my God, Jesus. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it just reminded me of every time I hear her name, I think of that. It's creepy.
Well, I was like, first of all, she looked really cool because she looked like David Bowie kind of. She had the red hair, had the makeup going on, but then she just stripped and just stayed naked the entire rest of the movie, and I was like, okay,
well, so cold.
That's a choice. And then she was getting rained on. She must have been freezing, bro.
Yeah.
And then
she's also in that slasher we talked about, Graduation Day.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was kind of tied. I was tied between watching this and Prom Night 2, but I chose this.
Prom Night 2 was fun.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be fun. But I decided to go with the zombie flick. So,
and the funny thing is, I only saw Prom Night 2 recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, up until maybe 10 years ago, I didn't know there were like sequels to it.
Oh yeah. So I've kind of got a running list going, and so that one's on it now. But also,
wish it was a My Bloody Valentine sequel though.
Oh yeah, dude,
Speaking of Canadian slashers.
I love My Bloody Valentine. I got to go do a rewatch on that.
Did you see the remake?
I did. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Also, I did want to call out one other actor. So Brian Peck, he played Scuzz, who was, I think Scuzz was the character who was killed by the half zombie that they tie down to the table, and she tells them she wants brains. So Scuzz was that character. He actually was arrested for sexual abuse of a minor at Nickelodeon later on, which I was like, oh, gross. But then on top of that, if you Google his name, Brian Peck, there was a man from Illinois who was convicted of killing and dismembering his own mother sometime around the 2000s.
Was that him?
No, it wasn't the same Brian Peck, but if you search Brian Peck, you'll find not only Scuzz, who was a Scuzz in real life, but also a man who with the same name who dismembered his own mother. So, random facts from the internet today for you guys. So, but yeah, that was it. The plot, man, tons of fun. Like definitely, if you haven't watched Return of the Living Dead, which I'm sure most of our listeners or all of them have, and I'm just behind on everything. But if you haven't watched it, go give it a watch. It's a lot of fun. Cool. Well, any other notes before we start talking about today's feature?
Not really anything right now.
Okay. All right, cool. Well,
we will be... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
We will be doing an episode soon of A Dab of Death for another true crime episode.
Oh, cool. What's coming up? I don't want to
ruin the surprise.
Oh, it's a surprise?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I love the true crime, man. I mean, I'm still having trouble looking at stew and at specifically pulled pork. That's a tough one for me.
I think we're making another pot roast tonight.
You are disgusting. That's what I'm going to...
I mean, it's one of my favorite meals, and we finally got Instant Pot.
Oh, well, you know what? I'm not going to hate on you. I love my Instant Pot. I love having that ability to make that stuff. It's
we
just
didn't
that
have it. Like, so we've been here for like 2 years, and when we moved, we accidentally left the plug in the apartment.
right.
And I guess they got rid of it because we tried going back for it. So
Gotcha. Well,
couldn't use it until now.
I don't know. It's just that, like, when you two on A Dab of Death talk about Joe Metheny and then you talk about stew for the next 2 weeks, I just hate you. Anyway, it's okay. No, I love you, Mikey. I hope you enjoy your stew, and I hope it has plenty of long pig. I mean, ham or whatever you put in it. Anyway.
The tastiest of meats.
Anywho, okay, well, step back up to the counter, customers. You guys can stop faking like you're looking at movies now, and step up real close. We're going to talk now about our feature today, which is Dario Argento's Profondo Russo, or Deep Red. So come on close. Come on. Oh, you know what? Before you come too close, I just want to preface this by saying a little disclaimer. If you've listened to the show, you know that my Italian name pronunciation is the worst.
He's going to ask me this whole time. I know it's going to happen.
I am going to not ask you, and I'm going to blunder through these names. And every time,
so much fun.
Every time I can't pronounce one, I'm going to say, "It's a me." And then try to say it again. So I'm just...
Yeah, there goes our Italian demographic.
Sorry, Italians. I'm doing my best. Listen, yes, I'm American. I grew up speaking English. I do speak multiple languages. I learned German and I learned Spanish. But Italian, y'all are wild. That language is wild. But we'll try. So let's get it. All right, step on close. Come on. Let's go. Press play, please. Please, pretty please.
This room, a presence. You have killed, and you will kill again.
The murderer is a schizophrenic paranoid. Anyone who kills with such frenzy surely does it in a state of temporary madness. And when he kills, he must recreate these specific conditions.
I saw a man in a brown raincoat walking away from the building.
What are you doing messing around with this business anyway? I told you to stay out of it.
Okay. Are you ready, Mikey? You ready for this shit? This is like the best part of me week, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
Mine too. I'm really excited.
I have so much fun. Like today, so I put on the Brava shirt, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna start uploading this to YouTube. I'm trying to put it on like more places. Start cutting it up. Maybe we'll put it on in sections on TikTok or whatever.
Or what we could do is we put the long form video on YouTube, but then cut out different clips and just post it as videos on the channel.
Right? I think so. I think that'd be fun. So, anyway.
That's what streamers do.
Ready to go. I'm fucking ready, bro. Yeah. I promise this week I'm not going to send you any pictures of old bosses licking ice cream like crazies. So.
Oh, I don't think they knew about that one.
Yeah, so last week, if you guys didn't hear the after credits, I would ask you to go back and just skip to the very end of the episode, listen to the outro, and then wait a second and listen to the after credits. I made Mikey have to turn his microphone off because I sent him a picture of, well, I really shouldn't say what I sent him a picture of, but it was, no, you know what? It was an old boss of ours who I see on Facebook here and there, actively eating ice cream like a creep.
And we were talking about like Drains Village at a place we used to work at.
So I had to take the time to send that, screenshot it, send it to Mikey, and make him lose his mind. So you make me lose my mind through like intense horror and like, triple features of Art the Clown. I make you lose your mind just through like real pictures of awful things. Anyway, okay, let's get going. I'll stop stalling. All right, everybody. So, dun dun dun. Today we are talking about Dario Argento's Deep Red. Now, do not confuse this with the 1994 made-for-TV film Deep Red, which premiered on the Sci-Fi Channel, which is just...
I don't think anybody knows that, though.
I know. I didn't know about that until I was researching Deep Red.
I didn't know until you told me.
Yeah, so Deep Red 1994 ripoff title is a 1994 American sci-fi thriller television film directed by Craig R. Baxley, who knows who that is, written by D. Brent Mote, not sure about that either, and it starred Michael Biehn and Lindsay Haun. Haun? It aired on the Sci-Fi Channel on March 12th, 1994, and it looks awful. So I don't know who allowed them to name that, but evil. Anyway, so what we're talking about today is in Italian Profondo Rosso, Deep Red, also known as the Hatchet Murders. It is a 1975 Italian Giallo film directed by Dario Argento and co-written by Argento and Bernardino Zapponi. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Hey. All right. It stars David Hemmings as a musician who investigates a series of murders performed by a mysterious figure wearing black leather gloves. The cast also stars Daria Nicolodi, Gabriel Lavia.
No, I said rest in peace about Daria.
Oh, yeah, rest in peace. Yeah, for sure. I know that her and Dario were in a relationship for quite a long time.
Yes, their daughter is Asia.
Yeah.
And she helped him write a few of the movies.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So it also stars Macha Merrill and Clara Calamai. Calamai?
Let's see how it's pronounced. I'm going
It's a me, Clara Calamai.
There's no, wow. So I clicked on the Wikipedia for it to look, and there's no pronunciation for it.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm guessing it's Calamai.
Okay, cool. Well, I didn't say it's a me on any of those. Wait, no, maybe I did. I probably did. It's just like my natural. That's a problem, right? It's my natural go-to when I can't say something in Italian to say it's a me, and then say it really.
The Family Guy thing, a bibida-boppy.
Right. I start doing the bibida-boppida-boos, and then I can kind of say it. It's fucked up, but whatever. All right. Okay. Here we go. So the film was released during the height of the Giallo craze of Italian popular cinema, and it was a critical and commercial success. Retrospective reviews have been equally positive, and the film is considered one of the genre's definitive entries, as well as one of Argento's best. God damn it! As well as one of Argento's best works. Wow, I'm gonna have trouble talking today, but that's okay. We'll figure it out.
Can you hear me?
Okay, so let's jump into a few notes,
Hello?
overview notes. So,
oh no, not this shit again.
It was produced by What? What'd you say? I can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here now.
Okay. You're uploading 98%, so seems okay.
It's back to 99.
All right, cool. Did you cut out? Could you not hear me?
We were talking and then it was just gone.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Maybe we had a little brown out. Okay. What?
It was brown with Browntown.
Fart the Brown from Browntown?
No, I was thinking of Step Brothers, and I'm gonna take you to Browntown.
Gotcha. I'm gonna take you to Browntown. Okay, so all right, so Deep Red was produced by Salvatore Argento. Is Salvatore Argento related to Dario? Because
I think it's his father.
Is it his father?
I think so.
Okay, because there's no like I don't see any active credit like or
Oh,
pages
he's probably dead.
dedicated to this person. So
Yeah, he was his father. He was also a politician. In
oh,
Italy.
okay, all right, cool. So it was produced by his father. Good stuff.
And his brother, I think, Claudio.
Okay, gotcha. So as we said just a few moments ago, it did star David Hemmings as the main character. So I did want to say a quick note on David Hemmings. He was an English actor born in Gulliford, Surrey, to a biscuit salesman father. That
You're
is
a biscuit salesman.
interesting. And that I don't know if that's an insult. Sure, I sell biscuits. Fuck you. What about it? Right? But yeah, so he was an English actor and director as well. He was best remembered for his roles in British films and television programs of the 60s and 70s. Particularly, he was remembered for his lead role as a trendy fashion photographer in the hugely successful avant-garde mystery film Blow Up in 1966. It was kind of sad. Well, he started as a child actor, actually. Looks like his first film was in 1954 in The Rainbow Jacket. So he was pretty young when he started acting. He was a teen idol in the 60s. So cool stuff. But sadly, he died young. So in 2003, he was only 62 years old. And he died of a heart attack in Romania on the film set of Blessed, which the working title was Samantha's Child, after he had already performed his scenes for the day. So pretty sad stuff, but a really, really good actor. And despite dying young, his film credits are maybe 30 or 40 movies long. And he directed actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 movies. So quite the resume for David Hemmings. So I just wanted to take a sec to look at that. So continuing, let's see here. Yeah. So the cinematography was done by Luigi Cuvelier. It was edited by Franco Fraticelli. The music was by Goblin, but also Goblin, yep. But also some music was by Giorgio Gasolini. I need some more Gasolini. And the production company was Rizzoli Film. But one thing that is not credited here in like the immediate production is actually the special effects. So I wanted to take a second and talk about Carlo Rambaldi.
Oh, he's E.T.'s father.
E.T.'s father?
He did the effects. He created E.T.
Oh, he did. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he's like one of the best effects artists ever.
Yeah, no, I know. That's what I was saying. So like I was looking through his Wikipedia page and
So so he did a film with Fulci. What was it called? The Woman in the Lizard Skin. And it was taken to court for animal abuse because there's an effect of like a disembodied dog. Not disembodied, like a cut in half dog.
Okay.
And the Italian government thought it was real.
Oh wow. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, he was really, really good at what he did because he won 3 Oscars. So he had 1 Special Achievement Academy Award for best. Oh God. Soda pops. I gotta stop drinking soda. I always drink Dr. Pepper right before we record, like an idiot.
Really? I'm drinking a Monster currently, and I'm not burping.
Well, good for you. I maybe I'm old.
I think my body just knows I'm gonna die, so it's just like, okay, here you go.
So it's like hold in the gases for death
Till the end.
because when you die, you're gonna release the most like ginormous fart and burp at the same time that you've ever let. Anyway,
Okay, so
whatever.
I have all right, so 1971. It was convincingly visceral. The animal cruelty. They thought it was animal cruelty.
Oh, okay.
It was a dog mutilation scene.
Ooh, okay, gotcha.
And Rambaldi not exhibited the film's array of props to. He if he didn't show his like props Fulci would have gone to jail for 2 years.
I love Italian directors who will go to jail for their films. That's lovely. Okay, cool.
Facts. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Yeah. So, he won 3 Oscars for special effects. So the first one was for best visual effects in '77 for the 1976 version of King Kong, and then he won 2 Academy Awards for best visual effects in 1980 and 1983 for respectively Alien in '79 and E.T. the Extraterrestrial in '82. He's most famous for his work in those last 2 mentioned films. That is for the mechanical head effects of the creature in Alien and the design of the title character in E.T.
And he did the effects for Possession.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, it looks like he has a huge list. Dune, The Silver Bullet, Cat's Eye, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Frankenstein 80.
Oh my God, Blood for Dracula and Flesh for Frankenstein. 2 of the weirdest movies by Andy Warhol's boyfriend.
Love it. Love it.
There's, to quote the Flesh for Frankenstein, it's, what is it? To understand life, you have to fuck death in a gallbladder?
Jesus Christ.
Something like that. And then the funny one in Blood for Dracula, Udo Kier plays Dracula, and he's like constantly sick because he consumes women who are not virgins. So he says, "These whores are killing me," as he's like vomiting out blood.
Dude. Lovely. Yeah, so I definitely thought it was hold on one second.
A lot of his effects are like classic like Italian movies, like horror movies. Tragic Ceremony.
Oh, he made in Conan the Destroyer, he made Dagoth.
Oh, that's so cool.
Right?
I like the first Conan though better.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so we
Sorry.
no, I don't want to, it's fine. I don't want to take too long out of Deep Red, but I thought it was important that we note that for some reason on Deep Red's Wikipedia and, informational pages, he wasn't like prominently listed. So when I was digging in, I saw him and I said, let's talk about Carlo for sure. Okay. So the release date for Deep Red in Italy was March the 7th of 1975. It had a runtime of 126 minutes. And at the box office, so I didn't find any notes on what the budget for the film was, but the box office brought in the U.S. $629,000, almost $630,000. But it kind of caught me off guard because in Italy it brought in 3,709 billion lira. So I had to do a quick search just to check. It looks like in 1975, $1 was worth 652 lira. So anyway.
Was I really muted?
Just now?
I was talking.
When? I didn't hear anything.
I know, that's the funny part, because I just noticed I was muted. I unmuted myself. I was going to say, yeah, they were very popular in the time for the Giallo films. Because you were saying, like, how much it made when it came out in box office?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm, yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. Yeah, no, immensely popular at the time. This was, like, the craze of this time, right? But, yeah, I just thought it was interesting when I saw it was, like, over 3,000 billion, which is a weird number anyway. But $1 was worth, in 1975, 653 Italian lira. So that's why the numbers were so skewed. But anyway, cool. So let's jump into the plot. But before we do, Mikey, do you have any production notes before we get going?
Let me see. Oh, I could talk about Goblin.
Oh, yeah, please do. Talk about Goblin.
So they're a prog rock band from Italy. They're so good. They did a lot of horror soundtracks, mostly. Oh, they had their own albums and stuff, but they also did like Fulci's, not Fulci, sorry, George Romero's Dawn of the Dead, the Italian version, the movie Patrick, which is a exploitation movie from Australia.
Nice.
Hold on, sorry. Just scrolling up my list.
That's fine. Yeah, no
They
worries.
did
Take your time.
Suspiria, Martin. They did the score for Martin.
Okay, nice.
Bloodstained Shadow, which is one of my favorite Giallo, set in Venice.
Okay.
Contamination, which was Luigi's Cozy's ripoff of Alien.
Okay.
And my favorite Argento movie, Tenebrae.
Nice. Yeah, so it looks like Argento originally contacted jazz pianist and composer Giorgio Gasolini, who is credited to have some music in the film, but Argento was not happy with Gasolini's output, and it looks like he tried to get Pink Floyd to replace Gasolini, but he was unable to secure them as the artist, so he turned back to Italy and found Goblin, which was a local progressive rock band.
So good.
Yeah, their leader, Claudio Simonetti, impressed Argento by producing 2 compositions within one night for the film. So he was working for that money. Argento signed them immediately, and they ended up composing most of the film's musical score. But it says 3 Gasolini compositions were retained for the final version.
You know what's so cool about them? When they have concerts, they play the movies behind them.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Okay.
Yeah, I've had friends. I haven't had a chance to go to it, but I've had friends go see them live, and it sounds awesome.
Okay, gotcha. Nice. Yeah, so very cool stuff. They ended up working with him for several other films, and obviously going on to work for other directors and other films as well. It looks like the soundtrack for Deep Red was made available for the first time ever on vinyl after Waxwork Records released the complete score by Goblin on a triple LP. In addition to Goblin's music...
Shout out to Waxwork.
Yeah, shout out to Waxwork. In addition to Goblin's music, the LP also included instrumental and alternate tracks by Gasolini. So very cool stuff. All right, cool. Well, I think
get a new record player.
Oh, dude, I did. I got one.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I love it. I have actually pretty. I'm not gonna say huge, but I have a decent vinyl collection.
I used to. I told my parents when I moved out they can get rid of most of my stuff. I still have like the 45s.
Oh, nice. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but I don't have any like LPs or anything anymore.
Yeah.
I used to.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's nice. I like listening to it. I'll gear up. Actually, I follow Tony Todd on Twitter, and Tony Todd has been getting into vinyl lately. I guess he got himself like a really nice like old record player.
I need a new one. My old one, the arm broke when I was moving.
Oh yeah. But so I was commenting on one of his posts, like I think he asked like what I should listen to on this, and I was like, what would sound good on that would be Ellington at the Newport, which is I like that album a lot when it comes to jazz. And he ended up buying Ellington at Newport and posting it with like a couple other records he picked up a few days later. And I was like, funny. Man, I bet that sounds good. And he liked that post. So that was pretty cool. Anyway.
He was cool when we met him.
I like the guy. Yeah, he seems really down to earth, like really nice.
Yeah.
So
I love all these horror guys who are just like super nice. And
yeah, right. Kane Hodder. Yeah, Tony Todd. Yeah, definitely. Even Matthew Lillard seems like super nice.
Oh my God, I wanted to go on that line, but like I didn't want us to wait forever. Do you remember that?
His line is huge.
His line and the Crypt Keeper from Tales from the Crypt. Those lines are out the door.
Dude, I got to imagine. What's his name? Art. The actor.
David Horton. No,
Thornton.
David
Howard Thornton. Yeah, I imagine David Howard Thornton's line is probably super
He's
long.
going to be there, and Damien Leone at the CT Horror Fest.
You should go and say, hey, Damien, here's the link. Listen to our episode. Sorry. Did you see I put in the show notes last week after? So when I was editing our last episode, it ended up being like almost 2 hours long. It was over. It was like 2 hours and 15 minutes, and I cut it to under 2. Like it was a long episode, but I was like, I can't keep cutting stuff out. I like this. I like this. I like this. And then I was like, I can't believe my critic ass was like, you know what? His movie was too long. So I put an apology in the show notes. I get it.
I enjoyed it. I feel like it went fast to me.
Yeah, they always do. But Damien, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry I criticized
I'm sorry.
you. Yeah.
Fart the Brown is sorry.
Fart the Brown is sorry that he criticized Art the Clown's runtime in Terrifier 2. Okay, let's move on. So let's jump into the plot, because looking at time, we're already at 42 minutes.
God damn it, we did it again.
Yeah, I know, right? So let's get going. All right, so during a Christmas at a starting that over. So during Christmas at a family home, one figure stabs another to death. A bloody knife falls to the floor at a child's feet. A child wearing absurdly long socks. 20 years later in Turin, Professor Giordani chairs a parapsychology conference featuring psychic medium Helga Ullman. Helga is suddenly overwhelmed by the twisted, perverted, murderous thoughts of someone in the audience.
And you will kill again.
And she claims hearing a child's song playing. She believes... That is the worst song ever. I hate it
forever,
so much.
It's burned in my brain. I've watched this movie for like almost 20 years now.
Yeah,
it's stuck in my fucking brain.
An awful, awful song. Anyway, she believes she can identify this person. An unseen figure suddenly leaves the theater, stands up, goes to the bathroom. A man comes in and says, "Are you okay? Can I do anything for you?" Well, for a second, I mean, all right, so that's a red herring right there anyway, because she's in a restroom washing her hands and a man comes in. But if you look on the door, there's a sink outside of the two restrooms. So there's a men's and a women's restroom, and he goes into the men's restroom. So they leave you with a red herring moment immediately, about who this killer could be. Anyway,
you see the person's face, though, when you're in the apartment and like it pans to the side.
Spoilers. All right.
It's not a spoiler. You didn't even notice it.
I didn't notice it. But if you tell them right now and then they go watch it, they're going to know exactly who the killer is. So here's the thing. I feel like we've never really prefaced this. Our show is full of spoilers because what we're doing is talking about things that we've watched and that we enjoy. So if you guys haven't seen these movies, you might want to watch them first and then listen to our episodes. I don't think we've ever really talked about that. And I know the premise is we're sending you home to watch them. So, it's kind of bass backwards. But we do give a lot of spoilers, so if you want to watch the movie first, so pause, run home real quick, and then come back for the synopsis. That's fine. Anyway. Okay. So, 20 years later, already read that. Okay. So, later that night, a black-gloved figure invades Helga's apartment and kills her with a meat cleaver, chopping her arm nearly off. Cacao! English jazz musician and bandleader Marcus Daly, played by David Hemmings. What'd you say? He's a penis?
No, he's a pianist.
He has a penis. Oh, he's a pianist.
I swear to God.
He's a pianist?
Yeah.
A pianist. Right. What?
I said, yeah.
Oh, I see. You know what? When you have your laptop, you can't randomly cut your camera on. I'm expecting you to I'm trying to keep an eye on you. I have my monitor over there.
Kind of did some things on this computer I shouldn't have.
He was watching too much porn. Whatever. It's okay.
No.
Okay. Continuing.
I thought there was an issue with my camera and I deleted something important from it.
Ah, I see. Okay, so Marcus Daly sees the murder from the window as he passes by. He rushes to her apartment, finding her mutilated corpse. After the police arrive, Marcus thinks one of the apartment's paintings has disappeared, but he can't pinpoint which is missing exactly. Couple things to unpack here. So, yes, Marcus is a pianist. He's a pianist. He is also friends with another pianist by the name of Carlo. Carlo is a drunk and, is drunk all the time. He is speaking with Carlo outside of their bar, I guess, near where Marcus lives. And I guess this psychic, Helga, was Marcus's neighbor. She lived above him. So
yeah, upstairs neighbor.
Right, upstairs neighbor. So he looks up into this like window area near his apartment because she screams and her head gets shoved out through the glass window, and essentially her neck just gets like sliced up by the glass after she's already had her
Like
arm
chopped in half.
nearly chopped off. So there was quite a lot happening to poor Helga that night. Any notes from you in this section, Mikey?
I'm trying to think. I mean, it was even for now. I feel like it still held up the kill,
Oh yeah, for sure.
even for effects from like 75.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not honestly for practical effects. Yeah, not bad at all. I think I think we had a bit of a discussion about this when after Martin when we were talking about no, it was after I watched Martin, I guess. Like lighting, like how good the restorations are on a lot of these.
Oh yeah, where you like see like seams on things.
Right, yeah, so you see more than you're supposed to see. Like, if you were to watch this movie in 1975 and it was, like, a little bit darker and not so crisp and you're not watching it on a 4K TV, some things would look a lot more real than they look. But it's not bad anyway. So, yeah, not bad. Nothing took away. Like, I didn't feel like it was goofy and, like, it didn't make sense. It was still really, really, like, good visuals. So, cool. Okay. So moving forward, the media, for some reason, I thought that this was really dumb, but I guess, you know what? I don't think Italian media was necessarily the best media in the world anyway, so this was probably believable because Cannibal Holocaust was made based on the sensationalism of the Italian media. So when the media...
Especially that time in politics there.
Right, exactly. So when the media, the news station identifies Marcus by name as an eyewitness and says that that he knows who the killer was, like what? Like, why would you say that? But anyway, so because of that, there's a reporter named Gianna Brezzi, who was played by Daria Nickelodeon. Daria Nickelodeon. And she comes to
That was
find...
like when Kane Hodder was on my shirt and said Dario Magenta.
Dario Magenta.
Yeah, I was wearing a Deep Red shirt that day.
There you go, Dario Magenta. I love it. So anyway, the next morning, Marcus visits the home of his heavy drinking friend, Carlo, to check on him, but only finds Carlo's eccentric mother, Martha, who seems interested in Marcus. She keeps calling him an engineer, right?
That was funny as hell, yeah.
Right. Oh, you're the engineer. He's like, no, I'm a
And he's
piano
like,
player.
I'm a pianist. And you're like, oh, an engineer pianist. You never see that before.
Right. Why did she do that? I didn't get that. But
know.
that never tied in. That never like played out, but it was funny. So that night, the killer plays a recording of a child's song outside Marcus's door.
I think we should play it like right here.
Okay, yeah, I'll put in a clip of the song right here. Listen to it. You're gonna get creeped out. Cool. One note I'm going to make before we continue, because a few things have already happened here with cinematography. So if you haven't watched it, keep an eye on it. And if you have, remember the excellence that like the micro cinematography was in this movie. So there's a scene that it's such good cinematography, it almost looks like CGI, where they're filming a record player. And they get so close and like so locked in on the needle that it looks like it could be CGI. That's how good it was. And then in the very beginning, they're going through like a black box of toys as like the killer's picking some things out. But it's just so close up and like so detailed. Like it almost looks like the intro to like a modern movie where they'd run through like a bunch of CGI items, you know? So yeah, the really close up cinematography in this movie is killer good. killer. Dun, dun, dun. What other, like, oh, the tape when she's playing, she or he or whoever it is, I don't know, playing the tape with the child's song on it. They do a really close up shot of the tape spinning, and it has those little green lines on it.
Yeah.
That was a badass shot too. I like that a lot. Okay,
Wish
cool.
my camera was on now. God damn it.
What?
I said, I wish my camera would work now.
Yeah, so you could pop up and be like, ah.
Well, not even that. It's just like,
Yeah.
if we're going to be recording for like YouTube soon. So.
Yeah, well, just so you guys know, Mikey, also known as Sloppy Weenus, essentially looks like a 175-pound uncircumcised dick. So, wait, I'm kidding. He doesn't. He looks like he looks like a really normal like guy.
Serial killer.
No.
Just kidding.
Are you a serial killer? If you're a serial killer, you have to tell everybody on this podcast right now.
Yeah, I'm not. Even though my driver's license pictures always look like mugshots.
Mine do too, bro. I'm always like,
It's always like right after I shave my head too.
oh, okay. So you look like a skinhead. You're a Jewish skinhead now. Gotcha.
Oh,
Okay.
the original skinheads were Nazis, so.
Yes. I'm gonna cut that out. Okay,
They
or maybe
weren't.
not. Why? Who cares?
Jamaican and British people coming together.
That's true. Yeah, the Rude Boys.
Yeah.
History, man. Check it out. Okay, let's continue.
History, man.
Check it out. I'm sure we have a documentary film about Rude Boys somewhere off in the corner. So go check out the film.
This is England if you guys want. It's over there.
Nice. All right, so continuing. Yes, the killer plays a recording of a child's song outside of Marcus's door. Marcus kind of hears someone trying to break into his house, so he's prepped for it. He's sitting on his piano, working on a little score anyway. He grabs like a bronze eagle statue to kill this person with or defend himself, which was funny. Whatever. But he manages to lock the door before the person can enter the room. He hears a very gruff whisper, "I'll kill you sooner or later," which was super creepy. Marcus tells Giordani, who he met at Helga's funeral, who was also with the psychic Helga in the beginning at the whole, what is that called? Parapsychology thing. Anyway, he tells him about the encounter. Giordani, noting that Helga also heard a child's song, recalls a book of modern folklore describing a local haunted house where a child's song is sometimes heard. Feeling guilty for taking his photo, Gianna begins helping Marcus after brutally beating him at a game of arm wrestling. So, you know what I noticed? They did
The
some...
weird sexism.
What?
The really weird sexism in that scene.
Oh, yeah, where he was super sexist and,
Yeah.
said she shouldn't be independent and get out of my house. You're
Yeah.
awful.
And didn't he slap her too?
Did he? Maybe.
I think he might have.
Yeah. But she was funny because she was like, okay, what time am I coming over later? So that was really weird. That was really weird. But one of the themes that I liked, in the trailer, which, I mean, if you guys go check out our TikTok, I posted a trailer kind of for this episode. But the killer...
TikTok?
What?
I was joking around. I said we have a TikTok.
We got a TikTok, bro. We got a Tim Talk, which is even better. It's a little more redneck, but Tim Talk. TimTalk.com. So, the killer wears dark black eyeliner. Several times up to this point in the movie, there are several red herrings, being people with dark ass eyeliner. So Carlo's boyfriend that we meet has extremely dark eyeliner on, so it's like, oh, could it be him? And then, gosh, what's her name again? Gianna?
Daria Nicolodi.
Yeah, Gianna, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Gianna has really dark eyeliner on as well. And you kind of see her eyes closer because they're arm wrestling or whatever. So, Argento's really throwing you off. Like, who is this killer? Like, who could it be? Which is fun. Cool. So, moving on, Marcus reads the folklore book and finds a photo of the house in it. He rips out the picture, planning to learn more from the book's author. However, oh God, soda pops.
I'm going to vomit by the end of the episode.
You're going to vomit? Or I'm going to vomit?
You are, yeah.
Nah, this isn't like Dab of Death. I'm not going to vomit. If I vomit just because of Dr. Pepper, I'm going to be really depressed.
It's my favorite soda, too. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
It is.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. However, the killer who has been watching Marcus attacks the author and drowns her in scalding water. Okay, when there's that little baby doll hanging by the ceiling
from the poster.
I don't know why you'd go back in your house. She ran outside and then she went in a different entrance. Like, bro, just go elsewhere. Like, don't go back in the house. So yeah, the killer hits her, knocks her out, turns on the hot water, and apparently in Italy, in the country, if you just turn on the hot water, it spits out water that literally is boiling. So be careful if you're ever visiting Italy and using hot water. You want to always turn on some cold water as well. The killer
burning effect is cool.
Dude, when he dunks or the killer dunks this lady into the water, it burns her face, just scalds her face.
It's all like blistery and gross.
Yeah, and like I thought it was a drowning, but it was more of a burning than anything. So the killer dumps the body, and this author has time to actually write something in the steam on the wall because the water's so hot that the entire bathroom's covered in steam.
I thought that was cool. I always thought that was cool.
Yeah, that was cool. That was really cool. Cool effect. So, okay. So continuing, so using the photo that he has, Marcus finds and investigates the huge abandoned house. This house that they used is actually like a notable house in Italy called Villa Scott, which is the house of the screaming child in the film. I did want to take a second and talk about Villa Scott because honestly, like if you appreciate architecture and you haven't watched this film, just go watch the film to look at the architecture because Villa Scott is a beautiful home, man. Like there are so many cool details to the house. When he walks in the front door and this is like old person me being like, wow, look at that architecture. But like the windows.
I love Italian architecture.
Dude,
that's what I love with these films.
So the door and the two windows on the side of the door all have like wooden pieces to align to where you shut the door and it makes a perfect wooden circle. Yeah. It was so cool, man. So Villa Scott is a historic house that's located in a prestigious hillside location in the Cavaretto district in the larger Borgo Crimea, or Borgo Po, east of central Turin, Piedmont, Italy. Built in 1902, it is considered to be a masterful example of Liberty-style architecture in Turin. One of the major works of the architect, engineer, and businessman Pietro Finogilio. It's a me, Pietro Finogilio. So I think that's how you say his name. He was related to both Mario and Luigi. No, he wasn't. That's super messed up. Sorry, guys. But what
Dylan really hates Italian people.
I love Italian people. I think I don't know. I don't know a lot of them, but say hi, and I'm sure I love you.
I mean, you lived in New Jersey for a while.
I mean, real Italians, not like New Jersey Italians.
That's all I grew up with.
What was the last name? Kitoni or?
Are you, dude? You have to cut this.
I will.
Fuck.
I'll cut that out. Don't worry.
The doxer.
Dylan. Call me Doxin Dylan. Anyway, the only other note that I wanted to make about Villa Scott was that it changed hands several times, and during the filming of Deep Red, it was actually owned by let's see here.
Rizzuto Bobolini?
No, it was owned by the Sisters of Redemption, otherwise known as Risotto Babolini and the Sisters of Redemption, who used it as a girls' boarding school, known by the name
Daughters of Babolini.
known by the name Villa Fatima Babolini Risotto Babolini. I don't know. This is Wikipedia, so I think that's accurate. A Linguini, Fettuccine, Villa Fatima, Redemption, Renzioni, Luigi Mario.
My son loves saying linguini fettuccine. He ends up saying aquatini instead.
He says what?
Linguini fettuccine.
What does he end up saying?
Aquatini.
Linguini, Fettuccine, Aquatini.
Yeah, I just... It's just a thing me and my wife are just messing with him one day, just naming Italian foods. See if he'll repeat it. It's funny.
Nice.
And he'll say it all excited, like screaming, like, Aquatini!
Oh, Sammy. Sammy, when you're older and you're listening to this and you can understand it, you're a really cool kid. And thanks for adding to this lovely episode, Aquatini. I'm going to retitle this episode. Instead of calling it Deep Red, I'm going to call it Dario Argento's Linguini, Fettuccine, Aquatini. It's like his sixth Giallo, I think. Anyway, okay. Let's continue. I did want to talk about the house because the house is cool as shit, man. So go check it out. Villa Scott, you're going to be like, damn, that's some architecture. Woohoo.
Remember the house from House by the Cemetery?
I do.
That's near me, and well, not near me, but like it's in Boston. It's like 2 hours away.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
I think it's Cambridge. It's like outside Boston.
Cambridge, Massachusetts.
Yeah, pack the car.
Cambridge, pack the car. Isn't that where H.P. Lovecraft was from?
No,
Was he from Cambridge?
Rhode Island, Providence.
Oh, he was from Providence? Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
that's also near me.
Yeah, for sure. Everything's close up there in the Northeast. Okay, I'm going to sneeze, and then we're going to continue. So, cut this out. At least I think I have to sneeze. Maybe not. Hey, if there's anybody listening or watching who wants to make this movie, brava. He's scary, and he's a cool guy, and he'll kill you if you're a dick. Let's make the movie. I'm going to freshen up the script. Okay, let's continue.
I want one of those, like, Art the Clown head-stomping things in it.
Oh, my God.
And
What a
Bravo
mess.
Just like stomping or punching until there's no face.
You know what? You would do that, Mr. Body Slam through the table for
I would
unrewound
not kill anybody.
videos. No, you guys listen. Be careful. If you ever return a VHS in a pool of spit again, Mikey
In a pool of spit.
will, I don't know, drop kick you right through a table on fire. Oh, listen, it's in the commercial. Check out the commercial and stop acting up. That's all I got to say.
Posted on Twitter the other day, too.
Yes. Okay, let's continue. I got to get back to where I was. What'd you do?
Leg!
What?
I was kidding. I dropped something. I said, oh no, my leg.
Oh, did you cut your leg off?
Yeah.
Okay, so continuing. This abandoned house. So under some sheetrock in a room, he uncovers a disturbing mural, that of a child holding a bloody knife over a dead body. After he leaves, a loose chunk of sheetrock falls away, which reveals another person at the scene depicted in the drawing.
That's also depicted on the cover of the Anchor Bay DVD.
Nice. Okay. Good note. So meanwhile, Giordani, who has been assisting Marcus's investigation, visits the scene of the author's murder, and he uses the steam to find a clue written on the mirror that's wrong. He uses steam to find a clue that's written on the tile on the floor, or like on the wall by the floor.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, that was really cool. However, later the killer finds Marcus, distracts him with a mechanized doll before murdering him.
I have notes on this.
Stabbing him through his neck. Yes, let's hear it.
I have heard like interviews of James Wan and Lee Winnell when they were making Saw, that Billy is based on that doll.
Yes, I can 100% see that. I wish that they would have put the doll on a bike. It was really weird that it ran.
I love that. It was so creepy the first time I
It
saw
was
it.
super creepy, bro.
And the face it makes when it gets shot in the head.
Dude, oh my God. When he hits it, yeah. Or does he
I
shoot
use
it?
it as my. I think he shoots it. If I'm not
Oh, yeah,
mistaken.
he has a gun, right? Doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that as my Facebook picture for the longest time.
That was wild. Yeah, when the doll runs, I was like, oh my God. That creeped me out.
I told you, watch out for that doll.
Right? Yeah, for sure. So that was pretty cool. But then, so in this point, the killer, comes in from the side and ends up hitting his head on corners, hitting his mouth on corners. It was so specific.
It was
So,
brutal
like,
as fuck.
the killer grabs the back of his head and just, like,
Yep.
hits his mouth on the corner of a desk and then
Like
takes
curb
him.
stomping almost.
Yeah, and then takes him to like the corner of the mantle and does the same thing. Boom, boom. Like, why are you hitting the man's mouth so many? Like,
Dario just wanted to show off Rambaldi's effects.
yeah, makes sense. It's a good choice. It's a good
That's what
choice.
it seems like.
Right. And
Because,
he
like,
just
as you said, it's against the fireplace,
right,
against the table, and then, like,
and then
stab
stabs
through the neck. Through
the
the throat.
stab through the neck. That is pretty intense. That's a good one.
Well, the notes I wrote down, because I got it from somewhere else, it said, knife to the back of the throat.
Yes, straight through. Boom. And that knife shape is actually the shape of the knife that I had planned for Brava. I bought it at the convention that we went to, actually, and I carved Brava into the knife, and I used it on.
I remember that.
Yeah, you remember I did one promo where I had the knife in the sink, and it was like blood dripping, like it had blood all over it, and the water was dripping on the blood.
Yeah. Did you use it as a picture too for a while?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Anyway, it was the same style of knife, so I thought that was cool. But okay, cool. Any
it's
other
very
notes?
different for an Argento movie with where it's not a straight razor.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? There's a note later on that we'll hit, but
I do have a note, but it's like at the end of the movie.
That's fine. Yeah, so hold off on it. I know that Argento did say, and we'll probably talk about this in production notes later, but he was looking for kills that people could be more connected with in this movie. So like the drowning thing. I guess we'll read it when we get there. I might just cut this part out, but he said he was trying to make more kills that people could feel some type of way about, like more visceral than like just a hack and slash kind of thing, But anyway,
I do have a note.
Okay, yeah.
Carlo's name shows up in another Argento movie of a murdered suspect or a murdered character in Inferno.
Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah.
Gotcha. Same character or
No, just the name.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Carlo Mangielli. Is that how you pronounce it?
Mangielli, yeah,
Or Mangiello?
maybe.
Yellow. Giallo.
Giallo yellow. Oh yeah. So if you didn't know, in Italian cinema, giallo, the plural form gialli, is Italian for yellow. It's a genre of murder mystery fiction that often contains slasher, thriller, psychological horror, sexploitation, and less frequently supernatural horror elements. But it came from the
Yellow paperback books.
yellow
mystery novels.
paperback books. Correct. So,
Yeah, the word Giallo means yellow.
yes, it does. Yeah, so these
And
books.
this is one of my obsessions.
Yeah,
Like,
these
it started
books were that
from
color.
Dario Argento when I found out that he. I was like a teenager. I was like looking into like the back of like movies and stuff.
Yeah,
And I saw he helped with Dawn of the Dead, so that's when I looked up all of his other stuff.
okay.
I started buying all of his movies too, and then started a cycle that's not stopped in 15 years.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's fine, man. It's good. Cool. All right, moving forward. So, Marcus finds a walled-off room in the abandoned house. He goes back because he notices something in the picture, that one of the windows that's in the picture is no longer showing up. Like the window has been walled off, right, from the outside.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Like, it was very creepy unveiling of the corpse.
Right. I was a little bit annoyed because Marcus climbed up the outside of the wall and was trying to bust in through the outside, in through the window, which he found the window, but then he almost fell and died. I'm like, bro, just go inside. You'd know about where that is. Like, just do it from like solid ground, right? But whatever.
You didn't even need to be the killer to get him at that point.
Right, he would have just died and been over with. But whatever.
That'd be me in that movie.
Yeah, he busts in through the wall, and he finds a desiccated corpse sitting in a chair. Someone knocks Marcus unconscious as he backs away in horror from his discovery. Horror. The horror.
Now you're just making fun of me.
No, not at all. He awakens outside of the house. And the house is burning on fire.
It's burning on fire.
It's burning on fire. It's a fireini. That's how. That's what Italian fires sound like.
It sounds like bibbidi-boppy.
And the smoke from an Italian fire. Do you know what it says?
The people.
It's a smokerini.
To quote.
Anyway, I got to cut all that out. So after that, Gianna appears explaining that she got his message about investigating the house, which he did leave her a note. But it does make her seem super suspicious again. But she says she arrived in time to save him, which makes sense. The killer could have knocked him out and set the house on fire, expecting to burn him up as well. As Marcus and Gianna wait at the caretaker's house, which is really the realtor who was nice enough to show Marcus this house, and then Marcus just goes and tears down walls and windows and breaks glass. Like, bro, be kind, man.
And rewind.
You know? Rewind and stop breaking down walls in houses you don't own.
You're not the Kool-Aid man, David Hemmings.
Right? You can't. It's me, Marcus. Anyway.
I'm a juggernaut, bitch.
So, yes. As Marcus and Gianna wait at his house for the police, Marcus notices that the caretaker's daughter, who's a creep in her own right, has drawn a picture identical to the hidden mural he found in the house. She tells him she saw the picture in the archives of the local school. Question. Mikey, maybe you know this answer because you're the historian on Deep Red and Argento. Yes. Did that little girl, is the lizard that she pinned actually animal abuse and they pinned a lizard?
I think it was.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's not like they got
What was the
CGI.
girl's character's name?
Creepy little witch girl?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Her dad slaps the shit out of her, though. Let's see if I have her name here.
Olga?
Maybe Nicoletti Elmi?
Yeah. Let me see.
Yeah, she was a child actress. Yeah.
In... Oh my God, where is it? Okay. She's in the Mario Bava's A Bay of Blood, and Who Saw Her Die? Another Giallo I love.
Okay.
And that one's starring George Lazenby, former James Bond.
Gotcha. Nice. Cool.
She plays his daughter.
Good note, man. Yeah, she was super creepy, bro. Like, super creepy.
This one's another good Giallo from 72.
Cool. Maybe we'll add that to the list if you haven't already.
I probably have. You guys should see my notes for this. It's literally just like hundreds of movies.
Yeah, for real. You know what? And I did put a poll up. If you guys are listening to this on Spotify, like just a question, like what do you want to hear us talk about? Likely Mikey's already put it on the list, but if you tell us, hey, there's this particular title I'd like to hear about, you guys should do an episode on, just let us know on Spotify. Anyway, okay, let's continue. So, after this, Marcus and Gianna immediately go to the school that the little girl was talking about, which I believe was the Leonardo da Vinci School. Marcus finds the drawing in a schoolboy's record, so he now has the name. When Gianna leaves to call the police, someone stabs her. Marcus corners the attacker. It is... Turn this off if you don't want to know. This is spoiler warning. This is the last one you get.
Can I say it?
Yes.
It's Carlo's mother.
Dun, dun, dun. It's not. The person who stabbed her is actually Carlo. But the killer is Carlo's mother, which we're not there yet. God damn it.
Oh, I thought we were. Oh, man. I'm sorry. We're going to cut this part.
Dun, dun, dun. Who is it?
Carlo. Can I just say his death was so fucked up?
Bro, we're about to get that. We're
going
to talk all about that. All right. So Carlo was the child who drew those disturbing pictures.
He has the same hair.
Why'd you have to keep looking? Why? I told you to go. I told you should move away, and you didn't move away. Anyway, yes. So the police arrive and have the worst aim of any police ever in the history of the world. Carlo flees, starts climbing a fence. They are maybe 10 feet away from him, and they all shoot 87 times and never hit him.
I love these movies for that.
Isn't it ridiculous? I was laughing so hard at this point. So thank God for trash men, because as he's running away, the trash men, who have left a terribly dangerous hook hanging right off the side of a garbage truck, grab him by the leg with that hook and proceed to drag him for miles down the road. By the time they notice him, his back has likely been shredded off, but a car comes and runs his head straight over. When the police can't get the job done, the garbage men can.
The garbage man can.
The garbage man can. Yeah, bro, that was brutal.
Still bothers me every time I see it.
Right? Oh, jeez.
Even like, oh God, when his mother gets it.
Oh, we'll get there. You get so far ahead. Calm down.
Sorry, I was
Calm
too far in my
down.
notes. My bad.
It's okay. It's because you love this movie. I get it. It's like
one of my favorites.
Yeah, I get excited.
It's one of the
for
first
it too.
Italian movies I ever bought too.
Oh, it's so sweet, so adorable. Okay, moving on. We've just seen Carlo be brutally run over by a car. His head explodes. Cut to the hospital. Marcus learns that Gianna, spoiler, again, has survived. Thank goodness. He can go on being beaten in arm wrestling by her in the future. Remembering the night Helga died, he met Carlo, utterly intoxicated and coming from a very different direction than the scene of the killing. Marcus reinvestigates the apartment at the crime scene. He's walking through looking for the missing painting. He has an epiphany. Big spoiler that Mikey's going to give you here. The night of Helga's murder, it was not a missing painting that he saw when he entered the apartment, but rather
Martha's face in a reflection of a mirror.
He saw the reflection of the killer framed in a mirror. Okay, it was Martha, as Mikey said. But I do want to note that there's no way that Helga the psychic should have been living in a house with so many horribly creepy paintings.
Exactly.
Holy shit, bro. Can you imagine walking down your hall at night to go use the bathroom through that hallway?
Oh, yeah, that'd be creepy, but I feel like you would get used to it, though.
I don't think I'd get used to it.
No.
And if you had a kid, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't
Oh
think
my
Sammy
God.
would go use that hallway anymore.
Holy shit. Those are some of like the most terrifying paintings, and they're all lined up in the hall. But whatever.
I will say, though, there was one time I was wearing a death metal shirt, and Sammy thought the dead bodies on it was dinosaurs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's funny.
cool. You know what's funny? So currently Ari will go up to like my movie shelf, and like, you know, it's like a bookshelf, so it's a bunch of movies.
Did
and
she try to throw it over?
No, she'll go pick out like specific titles and then bring them over to like the coffee table and then play with them. She always grabs like the most disgusting like horror covers that I have.
Like stuff
And-
I've given you?
Yeah, and she just plays with them like, ha, 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 you know, like having a good time, which is so funny. So the other day, Carla was like, do you think we should put those up and like on the high shelf where she can't get them? And I was like, well, it doesn't seem to bother her at all, you know, but yeah, probably shouldn't let her look through all those. I don't know.
So you know how I have that one shelf, that one like shelving thing?
Yeah.
We still have it here, and I have all my horror figures on there.
Mm-hmm.
And Sammy loves looking at them now, but originally he was scared. His favorite one is Chucky, believe it or not.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
No, say hi, Chucky.
You know, he's gonna be best friends with a little live doll that's gonna murder you. So be careful.
The reason why I said did she throw the movies was when he was younger, he would throw all of the movies that was off that like shelving thing.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Like he would see them there, he would just like want to like throw them.
She just goes, picks them up, and then she organizes them and like plays around, like moves them around and stuff. So
I wish he would do that.
yeah, she doesn't toss them, thankfully. But then she went to step on them the other day, and I'm like, no, that's way worse.
That's fucked.
Right? Don't step on my movies.
Yeah, most of my collection's in this little office thing we have on the side of the living room.
Gotcha. You need to build your bookcases, man.
I do, since we're gonna be here for a while. So
Yeah, for sure. All right, so continuing. As we just stated, it was Martha. So Marcus realizes that he saw Martha, and it wasn't a painting, but Carlo's mother, Martha, appears right behind him at that time, dressed in her brown leather jacket with her gloves and a meat cleaver. She explains that she murdered her husband, and they show the scene of her killing her husband while the child song was playing in the background in front of young Carlo, as he had intended to put her back into an insane asylum. She then walked out of the room and later walled up the room containing his body. Carlo, scarred psychologically, tried to repress the memory of the homicide compulsively, drawing it, and then later by taking up alcohol. He attacked Marcus and Gianna to protect his murderous mother from their investigation. Martha attacks Marcus and wounds him with the cleaver. After Martha's necklace, because she wore a giant triangle pendant to a murder, gets caught in the bars of the building's elevator, Marcus sends the elevator down, which decapitates or cuts her head clean off.
And
Boom.
it's like slowly pulls at it too.
Yeah, it's a very slow death. And then it's a good 20-second shot of the diamondy necklace part just swinging with blood all over it. So pretty cool stuff. Anyway, that ties up the movie. I hope you didn't listen to the spoilers if you didn't want to, but I gave you plenty of time to turn it off, so that's on you. Okay.
I have a fun fact.
Yeah, go for it.
So Argento and Luigi Cosi have a store in Italy together of all of his different memorabilia. It's called Profondo Rosso.
Oh, really? Okay, cool. Nice.
Some other stuff.
Very cool.
In 2010, Claudio's brother tried making Romero make a remake of Deep Red.
Yes.
But when he found out that Argento wasn't actually part of it, he didn't want to do it.
Yeah, no, I did. I think we even talked about that a little bit on the Romero episode.
Oh, no, we were talking about Two Evil Eyes and how he helped with Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. No, I thought I mentioned that fact that he may have made Deep Red as a remake, but it turned out that Dario didn't know anything about it, even though his brother was planning the whole thing, which was very weird.
His brother is a giant producer in Italy.
Yeah. So, anyway, a couple notes on production. So this film was mainly shot on location in Turin, in Italy, in 16 weeks. There were additional scenes that were shot in Rome. Argento chose Turin because at the time there were more practicing Satanists there than any other European city, excluding Lyon. He had previously shot parts of The Cat of Nine Tails in 1971 in the city. Filming locations included Santa Costanza Church and Teatro Carinago, which is where they did the, what is the word I'm looking for? The little deal in the beginning, symposium. What was that called?
A symposium.
Is that what it was? A symposium?
Parasite psychology or something?
Right. No, I'm just trying to think what you would call that. Would you call that like a gathering? An educational session? A conference. There we go.
So, speaking of that one, so you know the scene in David Cronenberg's Scanners with the head exploding scene?
Yes.
It was modeled after that discussion.
Oh, really?
And another one, Rick Rosenthal's Halloween 2.
Mm-hmm.
There's a kill in it with the scalding water. It was based on that scalding water death.
Ah, yes, good stuff.
And I've heard Carpenter say before that Halloween, he was influenced by Deep Red for that movie.
Okay.
And you can sort of hear, I don't know, this is just me. I feel like the theme of Halloween sounds similar to Goblin's theme for Deep Red.
I think it does, yeah. If you even go listen to the preview that we made up for this episode, the music's included right at the end. I think it sounds like the theme, too. So
and
this
the whole
definitely
POV, bringing that into the slasher movie from there.
Yeah, this movie was absolutely an influence on a lot of future movies. Good note here. So that Teatro Carigano theater, actually, Argento would later revisit 25 years later in Sleepless in 2001.
That's a good one. That's an underrated movie of his.
Yeah, so he went back to that same theater.
Because like that was during the time like he was making like like there was not really good ones. There was like The Card Player and Phantom of the Opera, and both were not good.
Gotcha. Okay. So Argento's original working title for the film was La Tigre de Denti Ascabiola, which is the saber-toothed tiger, to match the animal motif of his previous Gialli.
Oh, so good. Those movies are so good.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of Gialli are named, like different animal names because of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep. Makes sense. And then a note here. So Bernardino Zapponi, his co-writer, said that the inspiration for the murder scenes came from him and Argento thinking of painful injuries to which the audience could relate, as I was saying earlier. As the pain of being stabbed or shot is outside of the experience of most viewers. Their original screenplay ran approximately 500 pages, but after it was deemed unfilmable, Argento shortened it to 321 pages. The use of a psychic medium originated from an early draft of Four Flies on Gray Velvet from 1971. Mikey, do you want to talk about Argento's hands?
Yes, in most of the Gialli he directed, he is the hands that are killing people.
Yeah, so you told me that, and then I looked into that, and it actually... he stated himself that the reason, the reason that he would do it is because it would be quicker and easier than teaching the moves to an actor who would require endless retakes to perform everything to the director's satisfaction.
When we were doing Bravo, you should have just done it instead of had me do a bunch of times.
No.
I'm just talking.
But I mean, we were kind of talking about this, offline earlier. But Argento was tired of working with actors, right? So it makes sense that he would be like, I'm just going to do it my damn self, So.
Especially on the later movies where it's more about the set pieces than the actual like dialogue.
Right, yeah, for sure. Okay, so let's see here. Last production note. So, as was common in Italian filmmaking at the time, Deep Red was shot without sync sound, and all dialogue was dubbed in post-production. The screenplay was written in both Italian and English. All actors, except for Clara Calamai, spoke English. The Italian dub cast included Isa Bellini for Calamai. Is that right? Calamai? Yes.
I'm still having trouble pronouncing. I'm trying to do it too. I couldn't find a pronunciation for it.
Gotcha. Well, so Wanda Titoni was for Del Balzo, and Corrado Gapaya, Jesus Christ, was for Miniconi. The English dub cast included Cyril Cusack, Ted Russoff, Carolyn de Fonseca, Jeffrey Copleston, Michael Forrest, and Edward Mannix, and then David Hemmings dubbed himself. So if you're watching whatever film version, David Hemmings is David Hemmings. So congratulations. Now you know. So release notes. Deep Red, as I stated earlier, was released on March 7th, 1975, but it was released in Milan and Rome. In the United States, the film first premiered in New York City on June 9th, 1976, and saw a wide theatrical release on the 11th of June by the defunct U.S. independent film distributor Howard Mailer Films. The film was once again re-released and retitled in the U.S. on the 18th of January as The Hatchet Murders, and again in 1982 as The Phantom of Terror.
Never heard that title before.
Yeah, 1982, The Phantom of Terror. And that citation looks like... Oh, shit. Hold on one second. I lost my spot. I shit the bed, bro.
He's fired.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it looks like that citation for the name The Phantom of Terror, in case that's something that you're interested in, was from 2010, McDonough and Maitland, Broken Mirrors, Broken Minds, The Dark Dreams of Dario Argento, which was put out by the University of Minnesota Press.
Oh, isn't that a documentary?
I don't know. I'm just reading the citation.
Because I think I've seen it.
No, it's not. That's a book. It has an ISBN number of 978-08-166-56073.
I don't work in Barnes & Noble anymore, dude.
Well, don't be a bitch. Go look it up.
It's not my job.
That's not my job. Okay, so unlike Argento's previous features, the film did not have wide cinema release in the UK. Sorry, UK friends. But fuck y'all. The 1982 video release.
It's disgusting. I can smell it.
What? What do you smell?
British people. You know, last time I said this kind of thing, on Dab of Death, Jimmy started dying too.
I smell British people.
They're in the walls.
We're going to make a horror film, and we're going to call it Broken Brits. And it's going to be just a film where there are British people living in the walls of an American's home.
And all they can eat is beans.
All they can eat are beans and fart all the time. But at night, when the Americans go to bed, they come out and they steal back all their tea. And they send it back to England. So if you feel like you've lost some tea, likely it's the Brits in the walls. Okay.
If there's bean residue on the walls, you know.
If your insulation is covered in beans, you likely have an infestation of Brits.
Check your phone, by the way.
Oh, did you? Oh, fuck. Are you going to fuck me up with this one? No. It's break room, isn't it?
If you want to, we can do one more.
Yeah, let's do one more. So, all right, cool. Sounds good. All right, not yet though. You gotta be patient. Okay.
No, I know. I'm just sending you the message now, so we have it.
Patience. Okay, sounds good. Cool. Make sure you have the synopsis open. You know, quick little back of the case kind of deal. Okay, so continuing where we were. Now I have a British accent, and I smell like beans. That
wasn't British at all. I don't know what the hell that was.
I smell like beans.
Beanses.
Beanses.
Beans and scones. That's all they eat.
And they call their cookies biscuits. What idiots. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, you guys are all great.
They call their fries chips.
What a backwards
We have some British followers. We cannot post this.
No, we absolutely are, and we love you guys, and I hope that you give us as much.
Awesome.
You know what? Our country is in the toilet anyway, so just like yours. Don't worry. We're all fine. Okay, continuing. The first formal submission to the BBFC for classification was made by Redemption Films for their VHS release in 1993. It passed.
Redemption Films.
Yes, it passed 18 with 11 seconds of cuts to Fighting Dogs.
Oh yeah, that's so random. And I was watching the uncut version or whatever Arrow put out like in 2010.
Gotcha.
I have a really old Blu-ray, and it was disturbing. I don't know why they have it in the movie.
Wow.
It's another one of those animal-like things that just doesn't need to be there.
Right. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Well, they apparently they reframed the lizard being impaled alive on a blade to just show it like kind of wiggling. Interesting. Well, on let's see, in 1993, all cuts were subsequently waived. Okay. Any production notes from you, my friend?
Sorry, give me 1 second.
Before we move forward.
Did I already say them? Let me just say, sorry. I already said that the George Romero thing. I think that's that, yeah.
Okay, sounds
Oh my
good.
god, I'm wearing headphones.
Nice. So you really heard that good. Okay.
Our fans are gonna hear it too.
Yeah, that was actually the Brits in the walls.
I can name one
with the
person
beans.
like Troy who goes on walks. He's gonna be like walking around Canada. And you're sitting here, Dylan burping in his ear.
Sorry, Troy. Yeah, it's the Sody Pops. But good for you for walking so much, buddy. That's awesome. You go a really long distance, and we are proud of you. I started going to the gym twice a week. It's not nearly as much as you're walking, but I'm doing some jogging, and I might say, you were part of an inspiration for that. So thanks for being you, and thanks for listening. Anyway, shout out to Troy. Canadian Troy, setting wildfires one at a time. Just kidding. He didn't do it. I'll cut that out for real.
It was scabby.
It was scabby, man. I don't want to dox Troy to the government, but no, I'm just kidding. He
To the
didn't do
government?
that. He set all the wildfires. I'm 100%
Why do you keep
cutting
saying
that
this?
out. Don't worry. I'm literally Dylan. If you don't cut this out, you're an asshole. Okay. Continuing. What the fuck did I just hover over?
A dead body named Charles.
Oh, interesting. You know what you should do? Are you on the Wikipedia for Deep Red?
I'm on the fan wiki.
Okay.
Or this fandom thing I found of lists of death.
Okay. If you go to your search bar and type in Kim, you know what? No, I'll just send it to you. In the actual Wikipedia article, there is a...
Can you send it in the chat?
What?
Can you send it in the chat in Riverside?
I don't know if I can. I don't think so. I'm using it on two separate monitors. So this is one of the... this is one of the critics that we're about to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, just...
He looks like a Harry Potter villain.
He does. It caught me off guard. I just accidentally hovered over it.
He's like Snape's brother, Snape 2.
No, his name is Nape.
Nape Literis.
It's giverous Lape.
It's Leon Labio.
Is that Leon Labes? Oh no. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna have to cut so much shit out of this episode. Okay, so let's move on. Critical reception. As Mikey hates me talking about, but I'm going to do it anyway. The film holds a 93% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Mikey hates Rotten Tomatoes, and he throws tomatoes every time I talk about Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't. I just don't use it. I don't know.
Yep. The site's consensus reads, the kinetic camera work and brutal over-the-top gore that made Dario Argento famous is on full display. But the addition of a compelling, complex story makes Deep Red a masterpiece. Love that.
I would call it a
very
masterpiece.
true. I will read one negative review, which came out at the American release from
Of course it did.
Vincent Canby
Oh, here.
of the New York Times. I'm going to show you what he looks like.
Yo, he's a dickhead.
Okay.
Did I say that out loud? My bad.
That's Vincent Canby.
Oh, no, I wasn't saying because of his picture you're showing. I wasn't looking at that.
No, I know, but I just wanted
what
to
you
show
said
you.
about Argento.
Okay, so Vincent Canby of the New York Times, who referred to the film as a bucket of axe murder movie cliches and called Dario Argento a director of incomparable incompetence. All right, that's something to say. Okay, cool. So, yeah, obviously this movie was awesome because it got just a ton of great reviews when it came out, and it got a ton of great reviews over time. Obviously, it's inspired so many different directors for so many different types of things that they've shot in their own films.
Definitely wouldn't have had Halloween without it.
Yeah, for sure. And even so Quentin Tarantino being someone who was quoted, he described being rattled by the movie as a teenager and picked it as one of his favorite horror movies of all time.
Same.
So, fuck Vincent Canby. Continuing.
That's so pretentious too.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I think Other notes, I mean, all right. So multiple versions have DVD and VHS have been released for home video. Let's see
You
here.
can ask me which ones I
Yeah, I will. But let's see. Anchor Bay has put out.
I have that one. I think I gave that one to you, actually.
Okay. Yep.
I have the Arrow Blu-ray right now from 2010.
Blue Underground had the rights in 2000.
I have the Blu-ray to that, but it was in a triple pack of Inferno, Cat of Nine Tails, and that one.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it came at. Sorry. It also came with its own disc too.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Arrow put out
That's the one I have.
the film. That's part of the trailer I used was from their release.
They've put it out again recently on 4K and a couple of other versions. Arrow, but
Okay.
I have their the really old one with the screen. What's it called? Slipcase.
Okay, and that was so they got their rights in 2011. And it looks like the most recent company to get the rights was in 2013, which was an Australian distributor, Umbrella Entertainment. And
They're good. I have a lot of their stuff.
Okay. They made the film available with both the director's cut and the theatrical cut included.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I just recently got their double feature of the remake Patrick and Patrick.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, so you talked about most of like the legacy notes, which included like other movies where similar things happened because of this movie, Halloween 2, David Cronenberg Scanners,
Saw.
Yeah, Saw, James Wan, Billy the Puppet, right? But one note that we didn't talk about, there was a stage adaptation. In 2007, Argento directed a musical theater adaptation of Deep Red with music by Claudio Simonetti.
Oh, so it's like Goblin, but not Goblin.
Right. And the role of Marcus was played by Michael
I think it's Michelle.
Altieri. Oh, Michelle. Is it Michelle?
Yeah. I think
Michelle Altieri. It's me, Michelle Altieri. Okay, cool. That'll be the last one for that. Yeah, that's all I got there, bud. Any final notes from you?
Sorry, I was just reading about that guy you just talked about. No, I don't have any other notes. We already talked about the other ones, like the Saw thing and Halloween, that kind of stuff.
Cool. Good stuff, man. Well, let's jump on out of this deep dive, my friends, here.
Announce a new one?
And our patrons at VHS Doom. No, we'll do that after we check out. So let's go ahead and get you guys checked out. What other movies? So we're going to send them home, obviously, with Deep Red. What other movies are we sending them home with this week, Mikey?
We will send them home with 7 Deaths in a Cat's Eye.
7 Deaths.
Let me just bring that up again.
In the Cat's Eye?
In the Cat's Eye. It's a Giallo from 1973. Directed by Antonio Margheriti.
All right, nice.
It takes place in a Gothic-style castle, and there's multiple different kinds of murders that happen in it.
Okay, love it. I am going to send them with Return of the Living Dead, 1985, directed by Dan O'Bannon, unofficial sequel of Night of the Living Dead, who George Romero was friends with Dario Argento. So, tie-in, kind of. Not really.
Sorta.
Kind of not really, yeah.
Yeah, Russo wanted to make more Night of the Living Dead movies, and apparently George at that point didn't want to.
Yeah.
So he just made Return.
Okay, and that came out in 1985, directed by Dan O'Bannon, if I didn't say that already. Okay, so that's 3 so far. We got Deep Red, 7 Deaths in the Cat's Eye, Return of the Living Dead. What else?
And then the Fulci one I talked about, Perversion Story or One on Top of the Other.
It's either title.
Yeah, it's both titles. The Mondo Macabre Blu-ray out in America right now is Perversion Story.
Okay, gotcha.
It's directed by Lucio Fulci. Jean Sorrell plays the lead male role, and the female or woman is Marissa Mel. She's pretty famous in like Italian movies. It's pretty much a guy is blamed for his wife's death as part of an insurance scam, and he doesn't know that there's some crazy things happening afoot.
Okay, gotcha. Nice. Well, that's 4. I have the kids movie this week, if you don't mind me taking this one.
Oh, of course. I said the last 2, so.
So I was digging in and doing a little bit of research on movies that I really liked as a kid, and 1997's Rocket Man popped up.
Oh my God, I love that movie so much.
It was directed by Stuart Gillard, and it starred Harland Williams, Jessica Lundy, William Sadler. Essentially, it's NASA is training for the first human mission to Mars, and due to a computer glitch, NASA has to look for the original programmer of the software to understand why it's broken. Fred Z. Randall, the eccentric programmer who wrote the software, has to come and deal with some stuff. So, tons of fun, a lot of fun. I love that movie. There's a good scene where he's interacting with like a chimpanzee, and it's just hilarious. So, 1997's Rocket Man. So that rounds us out at 5. So this week you're going home with Deep Red, 7 Deaths in the Cat's Eye, Return of the Living Dead, Perversion Story, or One on Top of the Other, and Rocket Man from 1997. Cool. Grab your popcorn, grab your candy. Did you get any drinks, soda pops? Hey, careful. They'll make you burp. Step on up. Let's get you out of here. All right. Oh, but before you guys go, don't forget we put up our new board on the wall, and Mikey's taking care of this one every week, and he's going to tell you guys about what next week's feature is going to be.
Next week's is going to be the sleazy and ridiculous 1982 Giallo by Lucio Fulci, The New York Ripper.
New York Ripper. Dun, dun, dun.
The film is about a lieutenant who is tracking a sadistic killer who slashes women with a straight razor and a switchblade because his daughter is in the hospital. Oh, shit, no. Shit, fuck.
Shit, fuck? His daughter's in the hospital for shit, fuck?
No, we need to cut this part. I just, spoiled the movie.
Okay. How about you start over?
Okay. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
This film is about a police lieutenant who's tracking down a sadistic killer who slashes women with a straight razor and a switchblade. It also involves phone calls done in a Donald Duck voice.
And a really sweet scene on a ferry.
And don't forget the one with the hotel room. With the razor blade.
Yes. Okay, so we'll get into that next week. But yes, as you can see, next week's title, our main feature is going to be New York Ripper. So that concludes our episode 12 of VHS Doom, Dario Argento's Deep Red. We're super glad that you guys keep stopping by and checking things out. Thank you so much for pushing us way over 150 listens. I think we're almost at 170 now. So thanks everybody who's joining us for this ride and joining the membership club and taking home your 5 movies per week. And checking those out. Thank
you to all the people engaging with me on Twitter with telling us oh, we're gonna listen to the episode. Oh, it's great. We like to hear anything.
Yeah, we really appreciate all of you. And shout out to the Scabby Man Extended Universe. You wanna make your shout outs, Mikey?
Oh yeah, sure. So I like to shout out my other podcast, the Dab a Death podcast, with my co-host at Dab Dab Jimmy, where we go over true crime, death metal, and just weird random stories.
Yeah, Dab Dab Jimmy is the man. You guys have a lot of fun. I think in the last Dab of Death, he was like, VHS Doom is like the complete and polar opposite of this show. I get real in depth with the details, and you and Jimmy are just like balls to the wall having fun.
Vomiting.
Yeah, if you want the exact opposite of this show, but still just as fun, and ripping, go check out Dab of Death. And also, I hope you guys are going to put out a really good Vomit Radio soon, because, I do like having listen to all your tunes while you guys are talking. So.
Yeah, we're thinking about doing a creepypasta episode next.
Nice. Can't wait.
I think we decided on doing a true crime episode before that, though.
Okay, cool. Nice. When are you guys recording next? Do you know?
Not sure.
To be determined? Okay,
yep.
Cool. Don't make me wait too long. I'll be checking in.
Scabbyman will be here if we don't do it soon.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I would like to, shout out Romit Miller. Romit, if you happen to listen to this show, you are the man. I miss working with you, and I hope your life's going
too,
well.
buddy.
I hope you and your daughter and your lady friend are all living life and having a good time, and things are going well. So,
Last time I saw him was at my wedding. Jesus Christ, that's almost 4 years ago.
when was the last time I saw you
Uh,
in person? Your wedding.
Wedding, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
We
Life's
were
wild.
supposed to in
Oh, yeah.
April of 2020, but the pandemic ruined everything.
Yeah, Mikey brought on COVID or something. I don't know.
No, Harambe dying originally in 2006.
Right. Yeah, it was like 14 years later the world ended because of the 14-year gorilla curse.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, okay, yeah. So again, thanks. We'll stop you guys from walking out the door. Won't stop you. Thanks for stopping in. Go check us out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. It's at VHS Doom Pod. Go give us a follow on TikTok at VHS Doom Podcast.
And you can't talk to me at Mikey X Mutant anymore. I was permanently banned off of Twitter. So.
Mikey went to jail for life. He done messed up for the last time.
Didn't even give me a warning this time.
Big Papa Elon said, Mikey, I'm throwing away the keys.
I don't like your religion, and he slapped me in the face.
With his dick. Anyway,
He tried to offer me a horse, and I said no.
He tried to offer you a horse?
You didn't hear? Okay, I can't tell his out loud.
No, tell me.
He tried bribing somebody into sleeping with him, one of his employees, by giving her a horse.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, gotcha. Wow. That's a real creepy way of getting somebody to sleep with you. But, okay, yeah, don't try to...
Melting.
You can't buy sex with horses anymore.
Especially when you look like you're melting.
Right? Anyway, okay, yes. Yes, it is. Go give us a follow on all the socials. Go check out our new TikTok. We don't have any followers yet, so please follow.
I don't even know how to use TikTok. It just gets me mad and I don't use it.
Because you're an old person.
No, the algorithm sends me to dark places and I hate it.
Well, I think that says more about your brain than the algorithm.
Okay,
but...
I'll be watching like things on parenting and it'll start showing me videos about people losing their kids.
Oh my God. Holy shit.
Or if I'm watching a political video, TikTok on like a left thing, it'll send me like neo-Nazi shit later.
You know, I guess they just trying to throw everything at the wall and hope something sticks. And then you delete the app. I don't know, man.
So
That's
I was
wild.
just like, this makes me upset, so I'm not using it anymore.
Right. Got it. Okay. Well, I'm going to cut that out too. But anyway, yes, go follow us on the socials. Keep up with Mikey on Twitter. Give us actually, if I can ask a favor, can you guys give us a rating on Spotify or wherever you listen to us? We don't have like a lot of ratings.
Are we still on Apple?
Yeah, we're on Apple. We're on everything, actually. iHeartRadio, Stitcher. We're all over the place.
Oh, we're getting famous.
So, yeah, if you...
soon to be on YouTube.
Yeah, we're soon to be on YouTube. So wherever you listen to us, just go give us a rating. You can give us a 1-star. It doesn't matter.
I just had an idea.
What?
But neither of us have gaming computers.
No.
If we did a Twitch stream where we played video games.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah. Maybe we can set up Twitch and do some sort of stream. I don't know. We'll see. I think that this platform connects with it, I think. What'd you type in the chat?
Most of them do. I know other people use OBS for it.
What is it? Hi, Happy Peepo? What did you type in here? Hi, Happy Peepo.
I was asking you if you were going to use the chat earlier.
No.
I was going to talk about New York Ripper there, but instead I texted it to you, and then I just sent you that.
Okay.
I was trying to see if, I don't know.
mean, I really hope that shows up in, the video, and I can put that on YouTube.
No, it's only in the chat and the notes. Or not chat, just the chat.
I wonder if I can put the chat on YouTube. I wonder. We'll see.
Out of it, so it's fine.
Hi, Happy Peepo. All right, Happy Peepo, thank you for stopping by and checking out the VHS Doom rental store and podcast. We don't actually have a store. So sad. But maybe one day. Hope you guys have yourselves a wonderful week. We'll see you next week when we talk about the New York Ripper. You guys have a great day.
I'd like to dedicate a murder to you.
Peace.